Hello, beautiful creatures. Welcome to my channel. I am Aradia, the Witch of Dark Light. Oh no, I have to change that. Hello, beautiful creatures. I am Aradia Arcanum. Welcome to my channel. Um, I will get into the name change in a second, but I just want to thank all of you new subscribers who are here. Welcome to this world of madness, and to all of you who are subscribed OGs. Thank you for being here. This video, I'm going to do a little bit of catching up, a little bit of explanation for the name change, and to also really get into this new book that was suggested to me. And it's probably something that everybody has heard about, but as usual, I'm late to the game, late to the party. But it is The Witch's Flight by Raven Gramasi, if I'm saying that correctly. So I'm going to get into, go dig into the book and go over a little bit of some of the different ways you can work with a familiar. Grab a seat, grab something to drink. I have my coffee here, which I have been off of coffee for a few weeks, but I needed a cup of coffee today. It's one of those days because we were up late, even after the live that we did on YouTube, which was great. It's always fun when my husband and I get together. It's, we talk for a long time. So that video is over 3 hours long. I will not be offended if you cannot watch the whole thing. But yeah, we had fun doing that, and probably we'll do one every Wednesday, or maybe every other Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But let's get started. So first, the name change. I spoke a little bit about that on the live that we did. So why I changed my name is because originally when I first started this channel, it was under the name Aradia Arcanum. And I changed it because I wanted to, I guess, kind of fit in with the algorithm of the witch community so that people can find me. So I changed it to the Witch of Dark Light. And I am the Witch of Dark Light, but I'm so much more. And in this phase of my life, I am trying to be as authentic. Every level of my life, I want to be authentic. But you go through different shifts that align with where you are in that moment. So in this moment, I would like to be, I would like to encompass all of who I am. So Aradia Arcanum is the witch, is the sorcerer, is the shaman, is the energy worker, is, the healer, is the mentor, the counselor, all of those things, a mother, a wife, right? So all of these things that I am, I want it to be under Aradia Arcanum, not under the Witch of Dark Light, because that kind of pigeonholes you, right? It kind of, this is the perception that someone gets. They don't know you. They say, oh, she's the Witch of Dark Light, right? And I'm more than that. So that is the reason why I changed everything. I changed my website. I had to go and do a lot of behind the scenes technical working, but that is, simply put, that is the reason why I changed my name. New things. This 2024 is like we are shifting energies into this new way of being. So all of this you will find maybe even in your life that you're making changes because of the alignments that's taking place. So that is a bit about why I changed my name. Also, I want to share a little bit about social media and YouTube and all of these platforms where we have to be social on. I When I started my YouTube channel, I you know, I started with you guys. You guys got to see me in a phase of my life that I was going through so many changes, you know, approaching my Chiron return. So you guys see a lot of changes because this is at the time of my life. All of these things are going on while I'm starting my YouTube channel. But prior to my YouTube channel, prior to any of this, I was never someone that was active on social media. It was very limited for me. And now jumping into being social, right? Because if you want you want people to watch your creations, your videos, your social posts on all of these platforms, right? That's the reason why you do it. You want to share it with the world and possibly have someone watch it or see it and read it. And in order for that to happen, right, you have to reciprocate these things. You have to return. You don't have to, but if you want to be part of the community and have your stuff viewed, it's only right, that you return that energy, right? So it may look like to some that I'm not, you know, I have to make myself be social on these social platforms. So that may look like me having to make sure that I comment on some people's videos, or I comment under some of their posts and be social, right? So these I'm still I am this is not natural to me, so I work on it. And so if I do not comment, you know, if you don't see me comment, you're commenting under my videos and you don't see me comment under any of your videos. If you are a creator, please forgive me. I'm working on it. And I know that I should be social, right? Because this is the whole reason why I'm on here. I want to share. So sharing is also other people sharing their information with me as well, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm working on being more social on social media. Right? I'm behind the scenes, I'm very social, right? Behind the scenes with my over on Patreon, and you know, with the people I mentor, and then, you know, my coven girlies. So I am very social behind the scenes, but on a platform, this is something that is not natural to me, so I have to work at it. But let's get into this book here. It is called, I have a paper towel in it to mark a page. I have to get some more bookmarks. But this book right here, The Witch's Familiar. Now, what's interesting is a lot of the ways that you can work with the familiar, in scanning through it, because I haven't read it yet. A lot of these things I already have. This is the way that I work. This is the way that I work with my servitors. So I found it very interesting that this was something that I aligned with and very familiar with familiars. But I want to start by going over what. So I want to look at the table of contents with you and just share a little bit of. So it goes over uh, all different types of familiars. So it's sales in this book as well that either goes with the familiar, or protects you from unwanted familiars. So through this book, they have how you summon familiars, how you summon different types of familiars. They have the guardian familiar. They have the house protector. They have the dreaming familiar. It goes into naming your familiar, familiars for healing, familiars for magic, housing the familiar. And one thing I really want to also, you know, mention about this is, so many people place emphasis on your familiar being like an animal. So most of the time, you'll find that people, have cats, witches have cats as their familiar. I don't have any pets, so that's not something that would work for me. So having this is why I work a lot with servitors. But the idea of right, the servitors that I have kind of go hand in hand with the style of familiars that's mentioned in this book. So having a familiar that is non-physical, I think, is a great idea. And again, many of you that are watching this may already subscribe to that idea and already work with a non-physical familiar. And again, it's hand in hand with like the servitors that I create. So I love that idea of just saying I have a non-physical familiar, right? And that could look like anything. And he goes through, all right, so let me find where he goes through working with the non-physical, personal protector, dream guardian, the plant familiar, working with plant familiars, magical plants. Yeah, I love all of these. Energy bodies, astral doorways, etheric parasites. That's I love all of this. The vortex ritual, parting words, relationships with the familiar, merging with the familiar, and working with the non-physical familiar. Let's find that. Working with the non-physical familiar. The non-physical familiar is easier to work with as you will not have to deal with the mundane aspects and requirements of a physical animal. Whether the familiar is a spirit, astral entity, or the artificial familiar, you will need a device to house it in while working with it within the material dimension. This is covered in the following sections of this chapter. So it goes through summoning the familiar. So it walks through steps on how you summon your familiar, your non-physical familiar. And it has a section of embracing the familiar and also a license to depart. So the license to depart is when you have completed working with your familiar, then it is time to return it to the other world. To do this, use the seal of departing and then visualize the cave opening that originally led you to the familiar. So I guess when it goes through summoning the familiar, you're at a cave, I guess in the astral. So let's go over a little bit of summoning the familiar. Summoning the familiar. This technique is a more advanced use of the seal of calling. So I'll show you some of the seals that are in this book. In preparation for summoning your familiar, use the seal of calling from chapter 2. When you desire to call your familiar, follow the instructions for using the seal. And then pick up your power stone in your left hand and visualize it glowing white. Visualize the opening to the cave you saw in the guided meditation journey. This cave leads you to the inner world where the familiar abides. Extend your hand straight out before you, palm facing up. Mentally or verbally speak the name of your familiar, saying in a respectful tone, come. And I guess it goes through how you name your familiar. So, because it's come and then you have to insert a name. Then visualize the image of your familiar as was revealed to you in the inner world journey. So let's go to the inner world journey and look at the seal of calling, because I think that's very interesting. Where are the seals? I'll show you the seal as soon as I can get the page. So the seal of calling. This is the seal of calling. If you go, hopefully I got it right. There we go. That's the seal of calling. And if that didn't show properly, I'll insert an image, little B-roll. The purpose of this seal is to evoke/invoke or summon your familiar whenever you have need of it. The seal of calling features the mystical hand of divinity appearing from a cloud. The cloud represents manifestation of spiritual forces into in the magical ether. 3 spirals appear at the command of the divine hand, for 3 is the mystical number of manifestation. So it goes through, how to use this seal. And it even has like some words you could say. The spoken words of the invocation for this seal are, you say the familiar's name, you say, "Thee I call by moon and tide, from height and depth, both far and wide." I love a good incantation when it rhymes. But yeah, so this book is also filled with it has the seal of departing, the seal of protection, the seal of dreaming. I'm definitely gonna check this one out, and I like the. So this is the seal for the seal of dreaming here. Hopefully you can see that. The seal of dreaming. The purpose of this seal is to either meet your familiar in the dream world, where it can directly speak and communicate to you, or to have it assist you in any dream work you may need to perform. Yes, I like this because I'm a dreamer. So I think I'm definitely going to work with this. So non-physical familiars. I have this paper towel here just so I can read it to you. One of the persistent themes in the literature of witchcraft is the tale of witches being transported to the Sabbath through the aid of a familiar spirit, the witch's flight. In fairy lore, there are also many accounts of humans being transported into the fairy realm. This is suggested of an otherworld experience, a crossing between the realms of mortals and spirits by the intervention of a supernatural being. According to the oral tradition, in order to avoid detection, some witches met within the astral realm to hold their Sabbaths. This often included the use of flying ointment smeared upon the skin. In fairy lore, either a magical dust or a potion is used. Yeah, I think this is a great. I think I like this book so far. And if anyone is watching has the Oracle deck, let me know how that is. But yeah, so I'm not gonna read the whole book to you. But I just wanted to come on here and share this with you because I thought it was a great book for anyone that wants to work with a non-physical familiar. You don't have to have a cat, right? Or a physical pet in your home, because some of us can't. Some of us don't want to. But yeah, so this is a great way, and it goes through so many different ways of how to implement this, ways to protect yourself from unwanted familiars that someone else may be sitting to you, because you use your familiar just the same way you can use servitor to go out and do your bidding. So if someone is sitting there servitor to attack you or come into your domain, then you can use the seal and also create a familiar by using that seal to kind of be the alarm or kind of stand, guard for, any unwanted familiars. So, and, attack. But that's all. Just a quick video to drop in because I haven't, and in the world of YouTube, you miss a few days. It seems like forever. So that is all I want to share with you today. If you have any questions about the book, let me know. I will be sharing some of in video some of the things that I do. I'll walk you through what it is that I'm doing. Um, calling forth the familiar and the incantation that I use, and the seal that I use that's within the book. So that is all for this video. I love you all, and into the shadows.